Krampus Expedition is a mock water coaster at Nigloland. Themed around the mythical Christmas monster, this is a well-themed attraction. But how does it compare to the other water coasters out there? Find out in this review. Nigloland had been eyeing a water coaster for years. As their attendance grew in the late 2010s, this became a reality. The park had a great relationship with Mack rides, who also conveniently were the leaders in water coasters at the time. The park originally planned to build a Super Splash style water coaster, but the park did not have enough space available to fit that layout, so they instead shifted their focus to a custom water coaster, which I think is more exciting anyways. The park found a suitable plot of land next to Alpina Blitz by moving the Grand Roo Ferris wheel elsewhere in the park. Construction began in 2020, and their new water coaster opened in 2021 at a cost of €12 million, making it the park's most expensive addition in its 35-year history. Named Krampus Expedition, the coaster will be themed to the half-goat, half-demon monster. Rather than embracing a dark and brooding theme, the attraction has an adventurous theme, as riders are on a quest to locate Krampus. I think this better fits in with Nigloland. And I love how this ride looks. The teal track is clean, then the finale is so picturesque. The speed hill passes through a giant rock formation of Krampus's head. Then the splashdown takes place alongside this really nice stonework. The ride also has a quaint station, which has some cool Easter eggs for the theme park fans. The outside is adorned with all sorts of attraction posters for famous water rides around the world, including Mystic River Falls at Silver Dollar City, and Popeye and Bluto's Build-Rat barges at Islands of Adventure. Krampus has the standard water coaster boats. Riders are restrained by U-shaped lap bars. Then each boat has 4 rows of 2, seating a max of 8 guests. The park has 6 boats, and most of them seem to be in use during my visit. Since I went on a warmer summer day, I intentionally rode Krampus early in the morning before it could develop a queue. This allowed me to ride it twice with absolutely no wait. The attraction did develop a bit of a queue in the afternoon, but it still looked to be manageable. I typically prefer these water coasters in the back row, and that is the only spot I rode Krampus. It tends to have a more manageable level of wetness, and the drop tends to have a bit more oomph. Once dispatched, you round a corner. You float past some cabins with laundry strung overhead. Towards the end of this bit, the music intensifies. The soundtrack really gets you amped up, and it continues up the lift hill. This brings you to your max height of 92 feet, or 28 meters. Off to the left, you get a nice view of the upcoming coaster bits, and a good view of the adjacent Alpina Blitz. Once at the top, the music cuts off, and you navigate a spiral drop. The entry is slightly underbanked, yielding decent laterals. You then glide over a bunny hill. I was optimistic this would offer airtime, but it was far too gradual. Nice speed though. Next you twist upwards. It does not offer much force, and bleeds off a lot of speed. This leads into the final drop. As with a few other mock water coasters, it has pretty weird profiling, so you don't reach the max angle of descent until you're halfway down it. Usually, this leads to a delayed, but potent pop of airtime. I did not get any airtime here, but I did get a falling sensation once the boat hit the max steepness at least. The pullout whizzes through a brief underground tunnel, while exerting some positive Gs. Then the boat zips over a speed hill, through that aforementioned Krampus head. It is a neat visual, but this element also was sadly lacking the airtime. Then you hit the splashdown. If you are seated in the back, your upper body gets a manageable and refreshing splash. This keeps your lower body and shoes dry, which is preferable in most water rides for me. You then leisurely float back to the station. The route is well landscaped, and you can also watch the preceding boat navigate the coaster bit. You then park in the station, ending the 1,969-foot, or 600-meter long experience. That is a fine duration for a water coaster, especially because the floating bits pad the cycle time. Now what about the smoothness? A lot of Mack water coasters tend to have a shuffle on the turns, and you have the same rattle here, but it is tolerable and does not cause any discomfort. It is just present. I'm surprised Mack has not found a consistent fix for this all these years later. So, what would I rate Krampus Expedition? I would give this water coaster a 5 out of 10. This is a fine ride. I like the theming and atmosphere around the attraction. Then the coaster bit is enjoyable, but I was a bit disappointed it did not offer any airtime on the drops like the other installations. Even though this is a middle of the pack for a water coaster, it is still better than most traditional water rides, so it is well worth trying. So those are my thoughts on Krampus Expedition at Nigloland. What are your thoughts on this water coaster? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.